What's up, YouTube? It's Chris, Murphy Firearms Training. I have my LCR chambered in 327 Federal Magnum, and I love when I get some old timer who hears me talk about this gun and they try to correct me and tell me I mean 357. No, I don't. This cartridge has been around for over a decade now. It is a very underrated cartridge, and it is a fantastic carry gun. You get 38 plus P recoil with really about 357 Magnum ballistics. I trust this to expand in heavy clothing better than I do 38 Special. You get an extra round over 38 Special. Overall, it's just a really great gun. Now, could you just carry 38 Special or 357 Magnum? Sure you could, and I think that's the reason a lot of folks haven't really gravitated to it. That and the fact that they came out with the ammo and they weren't making the guns yet, and by the time they started making the guns, they stopped making the ammo. But what makes this gun cool is it'll actually shoot 5 different cartridges, and I have 4 of them here today. I am missing one. I do not have the standard 32 Smith & Wesson. Okay, I do not have a 32 Smith & Wesson, but this will shoot the 32 Smith & Wesson, which is about the length of this guy here. It will shoot the 32 ACP. It'll shoot the 32 Smith & Wesson long, which is a longer, more powerful version of the 32 Smith & Wesson. It will shoot the 32 H&R Magnum, and it will shoot the 327 Federal Magnum. So, the 32 Smith & Wesson is really hard to come by. It's also quite difficult to load because it's such a small case. It's original black powder case, and the 32 Smith & Wesson long, okay, pictured here, the 32 Smith & Wesson long, this is a hand load. And this is a 94 grain 32 caliber projectile. Okay, 32 ACP. This is a 60 grain gold dot hollow point. Okay, these are personal protection loads I loaded for my Kel-Tec P32. The 32 H&R Magnum is actually a Federal. This is a factory Federal round. And then the 327 Federal Magnum is one of my hand loads. This is loaded with a Sierra soft point, 32 caliber Sierra soft point. So anyway, this is a 90 grain bullet. This is a 60 grain XTP. This is a 94 grain lead wad, semi-wad cutter. 32 H&R Magnum is an 85 grain jacketed hollow point. That is a factory load. So we're going to shoot 6 of these, 6 of these, 6 of these, and 6 of these across the chronograph and see what results we get. Kind of a neat thing, I think. So anyway, let's set up the chronograph and get to shooting. All right, guys, up first, the 327 Federal Magnum. These are 90 grain Sierra hollow points. Here we go. 90 grain 327 Federal Magnum through the chronograph. 1128. 1187. 1130, 1098, 1162, 1086, and empty. That's all 6 of them. 32 H&R Magnums. So we'll grab 6 of those. I expect them to be considerably wimpier. Had H&R come out with a pretty decent cartridge when they dropped this in the 80s, it would have been really popular. But it was so anemic that it really wasn't that popular. So here we go. 32 H&R Magnum. Let's see what we get. 789. 891, 835, 866, 895, and 923. So not too bad, and those cases are really difficult to extract. I'll come over and show you guys that. This is factory ammo too, but at least one of these cases split, which would explain why it was hard to extract. So we had one split case on All the others look fine. A little bulged, but that's, we see that a lot with Magnum cases, so not too bad. But anyway, that's interesting, a split case. Up next is the 32 Smith & Wesson Long. Gonna grab 6 of these bad boys. These are hand loads, they're quite old. I used to have an old 32 H&R. It was an H&R 32, shot 32 shorts and 32 longs, would not even shoot 32 H&R mags. And I sold it because I didn't want to accidentally put a 327 Federal Magnum in it, because it did not have shell stops. It was an older gun, so anyway, here goes the 32 Smith & Wesson Long. 904, 932, 923, 928, 931, and 872. And those extracted very nicely. So I got almost as much out of these old 32 Smith & Wesson Longs as I got out of the 32 H&R Magnums. And I'm running a 94 grain versus an 85 grain. So anyway, I mean, high 800s, not bad. I mean, you're really in 38 special territory, but you're shooting a sub 100 grain bullet versus 125 or 158. So anyway, onward and upward, let's go to the 32 ACPs. These are gold dot hollow points, and they are almost to max pressure. They're loaded pretty warm. I did run these through my Kel-Tec P32, and it ate them fine. No signs of pressure, but they're definitely at the top of the curve. So anyway, let's give them a shot and see what we get. So here we go. Ready? 678. 686, 765, 704, 787, 841, and that should be all 6 of them. So now the problem with this case is it is semi-rimmed, and so sometimes you don't get extraction, and so it's really not a great choice for this revolver. And all we're going to do is just take a stick and knock those out. So anyway, guys, there you have it. 4 different loads you can run in your 327 Federal Magnum. And, like I said, the only issue with these, they are semi-rimmed. The 32 ACP is semi-rimmed. They don't always extract, so sometimes you need a cleaning rod to just knock these cases out. They do fire. The cases don't split. They sound quite anemic. They are auto-loader cases. They're really not made for a revolver, but they do work. And, of course, it's a low enough pressure round that in this gun, you're not putting any stress on it at all. I love the 32 longs. Great target ammo, almost no recoil with this revolver, a lot of fun.